Prove up.
Yeah. So tonight's episode of Rampage for December, or not December, January 27th, 2023. I got Superfan here. How you doing?
Yeah, doing good. Thanks for having me on for the last show of the month. This is awesome.
Yeah. Tony, how you doing?
I'm doing great, and I missed Dynamite. So been hell car shopping with my wife, and yeah, a lot of stuff going on there. So I'm glad to be here tonight, and I'm pleasantly surprised that my girl's wrestling tonight, Jamie Hayter. And what it is if she was just blonde or brown hair, it'd be kind of like, but see the way she does her hair, it's like it reminds me of this girl I used to work with at the strip club. Just the whole blonde and black thing going on.
I hate you, Dad.
It's a good thing, and and she's fighting against a fat Asian, which is weird. Pacific Islander maybe, but Asian, yeah.
Hey, Vinny, how are you doing?
Oh, that was great. I'm doing well. You know what I noticed with this mask on? I kind of look like Paul Pelosi. Look out, folks! But it's Hans Cock, and I have the hammer this time. Looking forward to tonight. It's gonna be fun. Hell yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why there is a fat Asian in the ring tonight, but
it's Sakura.
Yeah, but I think Jamie's gonna do great. So we're looking forward to that.
She will. They're both pretty good.
I see PowerHouse Hobbs is fighting himself. It's gonna be great.
He's in action. I don't know what kind of action, but he's in action.
He's gonna run to each side of the ropes, and then he's gonna go outside, and he's gonna partake in a. Never mind.
He's gonna take some Fentos.
He's going to go into a random retail outlet and just start trashing the shelves.
He's going to call for his mama during the 3 count.
He was screaming that he's looking for 5 cops, black ones.
And then Chris, how are you doing?
Oh man, yeah, I'm looking forward to the stripper versus Miss Swan. She looking like a man.
Yeah.
You guys got a talking code when talking about Mr. Pelosi. You have to say that he was Greg Valentine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So the other one would be Brutus the Barber Beefcake then, yeah?
So the link is in the chat to watch along with us.
I'm kidding. I'm just here to see Danhausen.
I like how they say best friends or whatever. And Danhausen.
Danhausen is like some weird Nightcrawler Sting hybrid.
Yeah.
Well, he is.
He looks like the kid we used to pick on in school.
I don't believe he's in it.
Oh,
that's
Knives Out.
Knives Out, I guess.
Should have been
I'm
Greg
glad
Vela. Hammer, what the fuck's his name? I'm having a brain fart. Greg the Hammer Valentine. That Knives Out.
I'm glad Jamie Hayter's defending the title tonight because I've been wanting to see that, and I'm glad I didn't miss it.
Yes,
because I missed Dynamite, So
you really think they're gonna give it to Miss Swan though?
They're not gonna give it to Miss Swan.
No, she's jobbing.
But it should be a good match. I like Emi Sakura.
Yeah, she can move.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Her best move is Kirby.
Nice. Yeah, I'll make it all better for you guys. It was Zach, no affiliation, Snyder.
Oh wow,
man, just cut to the chase.
Right out the gate.
The I feel represented Paul Gruber is fighting against Dollar General Page?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that guy's really got a thick waistline.
Dollar General, Family Dollar, let's make a deal dollar.
Yeah. I thought the guy was going to be in better shape than that, but I guess not.
He's grabbing his fat.
He's grabbing a love handle.
Yeah.
That's called the love handle noogie.
He's the juice.
He kind of looks
Hangman
like the Pappy there.
What?
Look, Hangman Page is going to be in a Project Veritas video. Like, no, I was just on a date. This can't be my life.
Yeah. Is this real life? Oh my god!
Is this for real? Yeah.
Wait, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white people here. I don't feel safe.
This is not cowboy shit.
Let alone the San Francisco Cowboys. So
Oh,
Right, he's got like bedazzles and fucking tassels and shit all over his pants. Like,
yeah.
that ain't a cowboy.
This is another one of those scenarios where my sister would call wrestling gay, and I'd have to agree with her.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I would have to concede as Dollar General Page walks in the ring with his bedazzled and tasseled jeggings.
Well, even his outfit where he used to wear the bandana around his neck, like Fred, and then he had a lasso around there too, hanging, and it sort of looked like a gay stripper in a way.
Howdy, folks! I'm Woody.
Let me see if I can find it.
He's in the middle of the ring. He's going, I'm just waiting for Nancy.
Stop. Hammer time.
He looks like a thinner version of that Canadian, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, all he has to do is smile. We got to show a flashlight in his face, and he'll smile, and it'll be a dead ringer.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the Asian Jewish guy, he's a good wrestler, but he needs better wrestling gear. He always looks like his pants are like restricting him, like he doesn't know how to move in them.
It just reminds me of that douchebag you knew in school. I don't know.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Like,
Are those wrenches?
I don't know, but
He looks
that's
like a
like
tool.
his other. Yeah, he does. He looks like he's ready to go broke back.
I wish I could quit you, Dane Gruber.
What was the injury this guy had?
Well, let me turn this down a little bit.
Huh?
Jared just said balls out.
He had the concussion
Yeah.
from
A
Mox.
concussion?
Yeah, Mox did a lariat on him, and he like did a weird flip on it and hit his head.
Ooh.
And then they fought again the other week after he came back.
Now, was that for a show, or did he actually get a concussion?
No,
Well,
he
he
actually
worked
got
it
a
into it.
concussion.
Okay,
They worked it into a story though.
gotcha. I thought he had like some kind of surgery or something. That's why he didn't do any cardio, and he's all slobby looking.
Yeah, that match happened before. What was the last All Out?
Oh, okay.
They should get that Action Andretti guy to train him how to do some of the flying stuff.
Yeah, right.
Man, we're looking at WWE caliber wrestling right now.
Oh,
kinda.
nothing's that bad.
That was really painful.
Hmm.
Dude, it was so bad. Tony's like, I'm out. I'm not even going to watch the rest of it.
Yeah. Talk about how the mighty have fallen, man. They were the benchmark of wrestling.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened. You get lazy when you're at that certain point.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Did these guys even walk to the ring, or did the show just start with them in the ring? Oh, ow.
Well, it looks like they aired it a little earlier then, and we only saw them directly in the ring.
Yeah.
When they finally hit, record on the cameras, they're like,
Yeah.
oh screw it.
Yeah. The cameraman was asleep half for his. Oh shit! I should probably.
Well, they recorded
Wednesday.
The Make-A-Wish referee is interesting. I thought they would have
that's the Crypt Keeper.
The Crypt Keeper.
He looks
Yeah, that's
like
what Corny calls him. He calls him the Crypt Keeper.
That's funny.
Because he's usually the ref that the Young Bucks use a lot.
Oh my god. Yeah, he Tales from the Crypt. Yeah.
You're a fucking Crypt Keeper in there. What the hell?
Yeah, we're CJP.
Oh,
wait, we're
where'd
talking
Tom
about
Hanks
greasy and caloric?
I love how they have
something.
picture in a picture, and they showed an ad for the next match on the little tiny picture. It's like, what the hell? Who like hits the graphic buttons and stuff? They're
Yeah.
failing.
Someone didn't drink their juice.
Right.
Billy.
Oh, yeah.
But I knew
Oh, it's not
one.
Minute Maid.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? This
It's like
jingle.
all food commercials.
Yeah, this jingle makes me so angry.
Yeah.
It's like, got a burger, got some fries, got some nuggets. I made a song.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like modern rap, man. Have you heard like
Oh, yeah.
that you could smoke a bag, a grass, you can drive a Jag, with that, dude. That's not rhyming.
That's all-
You're just
that's,
literally.
uh,
what's his name? That was from like early 2000s.
Yeah, that's Juvenile. Back that
Yeah.
ass up. You compare that to like early Dre.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, dude, we almost went off the road, my friend and I, when he was driving. And as soon as that song came on, he's like, isn't that like the default, like one of the presets for the Casio keyboard? Like the doon, 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 doon. Like, I'm like, yeah, it is. Like those things you get at Radio Shack, the little default song. And then when the guy started rapping, well, as he started rapping, like we heard the terrible rapping, and as soon as he goes, "You's a fine motherfucker, won't you back that ass up?" And he's like, "Does that work with the ladies?" Like calling her a motherfucker. Like,
yeah, it does. I should try it.
Sometimes it does, Chris.
Yeah, calling some lady a motherfucker.
It depends on the setting.
Oh, did we lose Tony?
Oh no.
Oh,
I
there
said
he
that
is.
before. I said, where'd Tom Hanks go?
Oh,
I guess you guys didn't hear me. There he is.
Hey,
the
there he is.
neighbor.
He was too busy yelling at Wilson.
Wilson!
Hey there.
Look on the hammer, Wilson.
Oh God.
Yeah, my internet just took a dump.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
I know how that is. Like
Yep.
10 times a day, I have to troubleshoot to get my internet back on.
Jesus.
That's not good.
I hit network reset. I thought it would fix it. Didn't fix it. I'm still having this problem all the time. Like as soon as we're done live streaming, as soon as I exit out, I lose internet.
It's DeSantis.
That's odd.
Mm-hmm.
Hope it's not a network card issue.
I have no idea. How would I find that out?
Well, I mean, it's if you got like got like a USB network adapter, and then decided to run your internet through the USB network adapter instead of the card or the onboard network.
That's all Chinese to me. I have no idea how they set this up.
It's generally you're plugging the Wi-Fi, or I'm sorry, the Wi-Fi is coming from your motherboard.
Okay.
Because you're not plugging any. There's no Ethernet card port or whatever on the back that's not related to the motherboard. So that means that if it is a faulty Ethernet Wi-Fi or whatever coming from your motherboard, you would need to buy like one of those little USB Wi-Fi Ethernet card things.
Would it screw up my motherboard?
Well, no. What it's testing is whether or not your motherboard is already screwed up, and that's why you're losing internet. Is if the onboard Ethernet or the onboard Wi-Fi card or whatever is messed up, so you need to bypass that by getting a USB version.
If I stick a USB one in there instead, it'll pick that up instead of what it's doing right now.
Well, you what would happen is you need to install the software. It would say new hardware detected, install the drivers, and then once you install the drivers, then when you're up in the or down in the thing next to your clock, the sys tray, you would see two Ethernets, or you would see an option to switch between the motherboard Ethernet and the USB one.
Because I have one of those in my other computer, the old one, the super old one. If I just pulled it out and stuck it in here, it should download it on its own, right?
Well, yeah, it should detect it, and then it will ask you to install drivers.
You think I should do that instead then?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you're having those problems. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like every freaking day. It's like at least 10 times a day I need to troubleshoot. Because if I'm watching a video or something on YouTube, it'll play up to a certain point, and then everything will shit the bed on me.
It could also be whoever you're connecting to the Wi-Fi, their modem needs reset.
Yeah. The modem, that would actually be the first thing I would diagnose. Is I would go to the router or to the modem and just reset it.
Oh, I've done that too.
Power it off for 30 seconds, power it back on, hit the little I think you need a paper clip for the little reset.
Turn it off and plug it back in.
Yeah.
Usually we just unplug the wire in the back.
Yep.
Yeah.
I never stick a paper clip in it. We haven't done that in like, I don't know, close to a decade.
Yeah. Whoa. Well, that's resetting it. Is the paper clip.
You want to reset it every now and then because it like helps things.
Yeah, it gets all gunky.
Oh no shit! I don't know how you guys know all this shit.
Like white noise, basically. Like you get it's sort of like that.
So by resetting it like that, it might improve the connection of everything else.
Well, maybe not improve the connection, but fix what's causing it to constantly disconnect.
Yeah, it might help improve it too.
Yeah, there's also there's without being there. I mean, these are just theoretical things. It could be a million and one things. Like I had my IP address that was used by my neighbor at the time because my ISP wasn't smart enough to give me a new IP address.
Now he's talking foreign to me because I don't do the IP address thing. I don't know how to do any of that. Yeah,
like I said, it could be a million things. It could go. But it's worth diagnosing or at least trying to troubleshoot, because if you've got a brand new computer and your freaking internet's getting dumped every 5 minutes or whatever, that's something that's not going to get better. It's going to just keep getting worse.
It sounds more like a modem issue than it would be your computer.
Yeah. That's the thing is you gotta eliminate all things, and I would start with the modem and then go from there. Because
don't forget, though, he also has shitty Florida internet too on top of it.
Well, yeah, but like if everybody else's computer isn't experiencing that, but yours is, there's a high likelihood it's your computer and not the modem. But it's still worth trying the modem first.
All right.
Sorry, I don't.
Yeah, no. I did
the watching wrestling.
No. I know it's crazy.
Oh,
well, I mean. Hangman Page isn't that exciting to begin with, but
no, it isn't.
But trying to make sure my internet stays on. Because this is the thing that makes no sense to me is that if I'm watching something that's live or I'm on a live stream, I don't get kicked off. I don't really ever get kicked off. It happened that one time because everyone's
you like stood there and took it. I had to duck that shit. That's a bitch. Yeah. That's a bitch finisher.
But I mean, have you guys heard of that?
No, it could be a million things, dude.
Oh, he's gonna use Moxley's finisher.
Oof,
that was nice.
So, Chris, want to hear something kind of funny?
Sure.
On my little coding program, like they'll give you projects to do at the end of like each chapter or each like module, you know. So sometimes, like, if you get stuck, you can click on get unstuck and they'll have a project walkthrough, which is like a YouTube video with an experienced programmer, and they'll walk you through all the steps of the project and tell you why certain thing, you know, but you try not to use it unless you need it, you know. So all these people are really good. There's some like beautiful women who are like, okay, and now you do this. And I mean, they're straight programmers. They're good.
Oh, yeah.
You know? But I got stuck on a project the other day and I came across my first diversity hire.
Oh no.
And
what did the pistachio do?
It was so bad. Like this woman. She was making, like, I've been doing this since like September, dude, and she was making mistakes that I was catching that she never corrected. Like, she got done with it and her project wasn't working correctly, and they uploaded that as the get unstuck video. Like,
oh god damn.
Wow. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, she was making some serious, like, I'm a newbie and I'm sitting there like, she's naming the variable wrong or doing whatever, you know. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, obviously she's got to fix that eventually, right? And she never did.
Wow. Yeah, and that's what sucks is if you're working, you know, professionally and you got a coder that's doing shit that badly, somebody's going to have to go in and debug it and fix it.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, we were dealing with an object called menu, and then we had keys called, you know, meal and price, and she basically put menu where meal should have went at the very beginning, but then wrote meal everywhere else.
Oh god, so terminology inconsistency.
Yeah.
So it's referencing null values.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, he's doing pretty good for that heart attack. Oh, wait. Sorry, wrong guy.
Wait, Eddie Kingston's on. Let's talk more about computers.
Why does he have rosary beads?
The Mad King.
Those don't look like proper rosary
Speaking
beads.
of diversity hire.
I will say his comments about Jay and stuff were pretty good.
Nice. Oh, hey, look, they got that guy, the missing link there, that giant. The Frost Troll. They got him in they got him in a wrestling gear, which means he's probably gonna see action tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, he is.
He should.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
he's somebody that I would see in real life and be intimidated by.
Dude, his nose is bigger than my dick.
He's not Jewish.
No, his hook's
it's
down.
Best friends and can happen.
His nose has got Peronis.
Where's Danhausen in a cape now? Is he like the special needs friend?
That's his ring gear, or his like on the way to the ring gear.
Oh
he's now shirtless.
He's actually gonna wrestle too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. He's got a little tooth on his belt.
Wrestler.
My internet froze again, and when it came back, I just heard like half of the it just froze, and then you just
Look
Why
at that!
is Orange Cassidy walking around with Danhausen's special needs school bag?
Yeah,
because that's what he puts the belt in.
Gotcha.
Not only that, but like, look at the difference in. Look at the difference in physical shape too.
It's a belt that belongs around your waist. You don't have to have it in your hand.
This is so bad. Oh!
This is weird. We got a gay vampire who's handicapped, special needs.
Special needs.
We got a man in a guitar, someone with a ukulele.
Well, to some people, ukulele is the size of a full guitar. I'm just saying.
Oh, like this
Yeah,
guy.
he just broke.
Yeah,
it.
like that guy's like
He
an
didn't do it.
intimidating
Oh,
dude.
He just punched it.
I mean, even though he
He's
looks like a
better.
missing link.
I like him better than Almost in the WWE or whatever
Mhm.
his name is.
Mhm.
Like that dude's a giant, but he just like
Looks like a dope.
Yeah.
Which guy?
yeah, like if you're that big, like fucking work your ass off and apply yourself to get good in the ring to stand out. Like not only
Yeah.
are you huge, but you can fucking go. And
Yeah.
you're guaranteed to be a fucking memorable world heavyweight champion at the top of the game. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This
Look
guy
at what-
is
look what
almost
Dusty-
Well, isn't that
whatever.
what Strowman he did? That guy was when he came in.
Yeah,
It
but
was
Strowman
he had
looked
fat and
intimidating.
muscle.
This is Omos. Or
Oh,
whatever.
that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a dope.
yeah, because he's got the presence right away. He's so fucking big, but
Yeah.
he's just like, yeah, like Ronda Rousey in the ring. Like, come
Oh
on.
God.
It looks like Great Khali style.
Oh no. Giant Gonzalez that hurts everyone.
Yeah. So there's no style. It's just stomping around the ring.
Elegante. I like the Elegante.
His costume left a lot to be desired of the
It
furry
did.
bush.
But it was
Yep.
fucking awesome. He was a beast.
When he was on Hercules with Kevin Sorbo, that was hilarious.
Hey, Tina Bojan, thanks for stopping in for
Hey.
and leaving a
You know?
like.
Man. Wait, so is this the same night that Jay Lethal wrestled Mark Briscoe?
Yeah.
Oh damn. Well, he's not
I
not
believe
sobbing
so.
here.
Yeah, it's the same night.
God.
They actually cut segments shorter to add that Mark Briscoe match. They
Nice.
cut the Billy Gunn segment shorter because they had taped a longer thing. They cut that a little bit shorter, and then they cut the Darby Allin match shorter too.
Well, I mean, I can definitely understand the daddy ass segment. Which again, it shows how AEW understands its audience.
Yeah.
Like people don't want to sit there and watch a bunch of people put on a skit.
Like it's fine every now and then, but like it
Yeah,
can't
but that
be,
one went on for
really
like 45
long.
minutes.
Yeah. It can't be like super long though.
Wait, what happened?
So the opening to
Raw.
that Raw thing was a 45-minute like terrible
Yeah.
like college stage production,
Yeah.
and nothing happened.
But they trimmed stuff
Yeah, they
on
trimmed that whole
AEW
cage match.
to fit a match or whatever.
Could you imagine that? Like, what's more interesting? A bunch of dudes sitting around a table in a ring talking, or a bunch of
I'd rather
chicks
watch this
fighting in a
Magic
cage?
Mike movie than listen to the fucking Bloodline talk about anything.
Ouch!
I would have rather had Bailey's in the match go for an hour and a half than the
Yeah.
5 minutes that we got.
Yep.
That was so disappointing. They revved it all up, and then it just
Yeah,
ended
they
instantly.
cut that because of the fucking
And you got a 3-hour show. Like, come on, dude. I would have rather that than fucking Austin Theory and Bobby Lashley.
yeah, that match was
Yeah.
terrible too.
Like, it's like, yeah, but you don't get it. We've got to bring Brock back because, well, that's the only fucking surprise we do at the end of
Mhm.
Raw anymore is Lesnar's back. It's like, cool, you were doing that 14 years ago. Like,
Yeah. Not only that, but it was so pointless and like out of place. It was like, okay, so he walks in the ring, picks up the dude and throws him on Lashley, and that dude wins the match.
You're gonna have them feud probably somewhere.
Yeah, and it's like that's the thing is it's so heavily scripted and so
Which
like,
has been
regimented.
happening since last Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it's the same thing over and over.
The best part last year was when Brock Lesnar just grabbed Jungle Boy and threw his ass out the damn ring. Not Jungle Boy, but yeah, the Revel or Rebel or whatever the hell his name is, the pothead one.
The pothead one.
RK Bro, dude.
Austin Theory.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh, RK bro.
RK
I like
Bro, dude,
I
yeah.
like Riddle.
Riddle. I couldn't think of his freaking
LA
name.
Knight.
No,
I always call him Jungle Boy Jr.
was it Mark?
That's what he reminds
Wait,
me
not
of.
Mark. Whatever, Riddle.
I watched
Forget
that
his
Raw.
first name.
I didn't recognize like half those people, and then I just automatically deleted them out of my head.
Yeah, like they're
Smart idea.
forgettable.
Yeah.
Oh, they even and did you watch that tribute thing I linked for ROH for Briscoe?
Oh no, not yet.
That it's like 3 hours.
Oh wow.
But they have little segments of each like person talking about like their memory of them and stuff. Samoa
that's
Joe
awesome.
like broke down in tears and shit
Oh
talking
damn!
about him. So
Oh wow.
Was he crying ragu?
yeah.
There's more calories and sodium content in his tears.
He was crying Crisco.
Oh, sir, your tears shouldn't be opaque.
Every time they splashed on the floor, they just quivered a name, Corey.
Oh,
Oh, God.
it was the acid from Alien just ate through the floor.
Fuck am I
Oh,
watching?
jeez. So wait,
Oh.
did this air the same night as well, or this actually aired tonight?
This aired tonight.
Okay, but it was recorded the same night as the other one.
I DVR'd it. They're not over with the show yet. We're behind.
Oh, okay.
We're only like 30 minutes in. They're
Oh, look,
a little
Is it-
further ahead than that.
I thought we'd see Fauci
Yeah.
playing with some more.
what
Never
the hell?
mind.
Yeah, evolutions.
Evolutions. That's it.
Am I having issues?
Uh-oh.
Eva douches.
Well, I saw
you-
that. You know what it probably is because it's not finished yet. It's probably taken longer to. Because remember when
Oh.
you tried logging in, it was like there was an error with this.
Oh yeah.
I think it's like you guys told me. Take the paper clip and stick it inside the machine somewhere.
I think internet in general has just been shit lately.
Mm-hmm.
Cyber warfare.
Yep. They said it's going to happen this year.
Yep. And don't. Yeah, I'm not even being hyperbolic. The amount of infection they have.
It's
When
crazy.
TikTok gets banned, you're going to start seeing really weird stuff happening.
Oh yeah.
Well, that you can never trust our people. It could be them messing with their own stuff so they can blame other countries.
Yep.
Well, no, they're being hired by other countries to do it. They're being paid to do it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I wouldn't put it past the
Yeah, at this point.
feds to
Yeah.
fuck our shit up. It's just so they can blame.
Yeah, are they going to blame the Ruskies?
Yeah.
Probably.
No, they're gonna blame Trump again. It all goes back to him.
Oh yeah, Orange Man did it.
Orange Man did it.
cheat.
He was in the basement with his son.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna raid Melania's panties drawer again.
So
What, you didn't see the video where Orange Man answered the door automatically opened without him touching it?
Dude, that was something else.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
I
no one
have
else
the
caught
best
that.
door ever.
Yeah, Adega caught that. He's like, look, he
Yeah,
doesn't
he
let
did.
door open up. Neither one of them opened it.
Yeah, because he had a freaking cocktail in one
Yeah.
hand, and his other hand was holding the hammer.
Yeah, they
I
had
wonder
the
what he
hammer.
opened. Maybe he opened it with his
His magic
no.
mic.
my buddy thinks it's all a production. I didn't, to be honest, I haven't watched it. I was at work when they released it, but my buddy was like, "Did you see that? Like, it's all a production. Like, it's obviously so staged." Like,
Yeah, it does
feels
look
like it
staged.
is.
Well, it was what Tina had pointed out. She's like how unprofessional the 911 dispatch was.
Yep.
You know, and she, you know, I'm not an expert on that, but even I know like some of the first things they ask you is like you know to verify your location and all that. And like,
Sing versus Danhagen.
oh my god, it's an adult beating up a child.
A handicapped child.
Yeah, are you gonna beat up special needs? This is a hate crime. Wow.
it's like James Gunn's basement.
Is it James Gunn in the Danhausen makeup?
James Gunn, you can leave if you can get past me.
Yeah. Oh, like
See,
the
this
black
is how
phone.
you like. I don't know. He just does a better job of being a big man.
Yeah.
You can tell this guy could move the big one.
This is fucking stupid. Like, can the big guy ever just tear up someone small for once instead of the same thing every time?
Right.
Exactly.
A series of them wearing him down.
It
Well, it
doesn't
should have
mean
been.
like the reason why the smaller guy, the David beating the Goliath works is because 9 times out of 10 the Goliath is beating the David down, and then
Yep.
but that never happens in the Fed or here. It never happens anymore. It's just always the little guy's holding his own against someone 4 times his size.
Now, hold on a second. Did you see how stupid that was?
Yeah.
Yep.
They needed Jeff Jarrett to knock out Danhausen with an item, and you got a giant standing in the ring who could just hit him once in the face.
Yeah, make him
That-
force.
Yeah, that giant should have thrown him.
Mm-hmm. And again,
Like
they waste this big guy.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, look like Jay Lethal is twice the size of Danhausen, and Jay Lethal looks like an infant on that dude. Like, look at that. Even Jeff Jarrett looked like a little guy next to him.
I know, it's hilarious.
That was hilarious.
And Danhausen is a mosquito.
Here comes road poop.
Hey.
She's still injured.
Ruby looks like she would eat her ass, whether it's clean or not.
They're definitely setting up a like homegrown versus outsider with the women's division.
Wasn't she one of the elves in the Santa Claus?
Hey.
Wow!
I love Ruby Soho.
Oh, it's Hobbs versus Jobber.
Probably.
It's Hobbs versus Hobbs.
Yeah, he's gonna wrestle an invisible guy. Another Hobbs is in the ring with a different color trunks.
Yeah,
player 2.
It's like the Shia LaBeouf skit. It's just a guy that's like it with a Hobbs gimmick, like that.
He beats up a giant stuffed animal tiger, and there's a small blonde child crying next to him.
Yeah, there is someone in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jobber.
He is a jobber, most likely.
I'm gonna see Ice Train in the ring against him.
Yeah,
his name is
It does look like Ice Train.
I would say this big giveaway. The guy had no intro or anything. He was just there already.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Isn't this supposed to be a 3-man tag? Because we've got Teddy Long Jr. in the ring.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna be 2 moves or 3 moves and it's done?
Yeah, this is gonna be a Tyson versus McNeely match.
That was 1.
Tony Mudd.
My name is Mud.
I got to see Primus. They did like a midnight concert out here one year.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Took the fucking stage at midnight.
Oof.
So far, it's been 4 bumps.
5.
That'd be the only cool thing about living in Vegas. There's like always like a show or whatever you could.
Yeah, city that never sleeps.
They should have dressed Tony Mudd up as a cop.
Little boss man.
That's his gimmick. That's why he's got a white bandana on his
And it's
knee.
done.
2, 3. That was. Yeah. What's the point? Like,
it was roughly 10. It was roughly 10 moves.
Yeah.
The Book of
mainly clotheslines at that too.
We got Hobbs can't read. Come on.
Oh man, that's where all the money is. That's where he hides his money. It's in the books.
That's where his gold tooth is, isn't it?
What? Like, yeah, there was nothing. There was no moves. There was nothing. It was literally like just beat up this random dude, and like
that was a hate crime.
There isn't any like really well-known jobbers anymore.
Yeah,
I think that's the issue.
We need another
anybody that
Mad
you
Dog.
know that isn't a main guy. You're like, oh, he's just gonna job out to the thing.
That's why when AR Fox made it on and he won, I was like, holy shit, that's awesome. Unpredictability. Same thing with Action Andretti.
But I mean, put Hobbs against somebody his size. Let's have a battle of the behemoths, right?
I can't stand this Ronald McDonald looking motherfucker.
Wait, didn't he just get busted in a Veritas thing?
Yeah. No, for like 2 years he was walking around with a BLM armband on. Like,
wait, dude, that guy's lighter than me.
I know.
Jeez.
But remember, Chris, your life doesn't matter because you're not BLM.
Yeah.
Give me 2 days to sit out in the sun. I'll be darker than him as well.
Yeah.
Even he's like, why the fuck are they having Cody win the Rumble?
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost his mom or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, his mom died?
So he's lost both parents now.
Jeez.
Congratulations, you are now orphans.
Swerve, boy, swerve.
Was him and his brother, did they have the same mom?
Yeah.
No, the same dad.
Can you believe that freaking Dustin Reynolds there, Dustin Reynolds or whatever the hell his real name is, like that guy was getting more tail. Big fat dude in polka dots is getting mad, got multiple chicks.
Probably shouldn't,
because he was a legend, dude.
They gotta,
especially like in the 70s and shit.
Malcolm J, baby, Malcolm J.
He just brought up
the working man,
Dusty.
They gotta call that guy Pigpen behind Swerve.
I know. It looks like there is shit and dirt all over his face. He's just missing the flies. You're right.
Why
Dustin's
would you do that to
his
your face?
ass?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Like a face tattoo like that is basically guaranteed to not be employed anywhere.
Yeah.
Not only that, it just looks
he was
retarded.
a baseball player, I think.
Yeah,
before this.
You think they'll give the belt back to Slow-Mo Joe?
I hope not.
What are any holds barred anyway? Like they let you do anything. Like no holds barred means like nothing anymore.
Yeah.
But it used
Just
to mean
say no
though.
DQ. Like
So she wins or gets the time limit, she gets a chance at the title. That's what the eliminators kind of mean.
I look like a man.
Goddamn.
Alex Bornstein's in the ring kicking ass.
Looking like a man.
she's a fucking champion.
Yeah.
What happened to this guy? Like he still has like a wide chest and stuff, but you can see his arms are like all emaciated.
Little. He looks like he's gonna bust out in song and go, You
Ooh,
got
Jade
what
Cargill.
I need.
Yeah.
Oh, hey now.
Hello. Hey.
Ooh. Wow, look at how small they are.
Wow. One should get on the other one's shoulders and kiss her in the mouth, and the other one should kiss her in her. Never mind.
Oh my god.
Layla.
Talk about there isn't a single woman in this on screen right now that I wouldn't kick out of bed for eating crackers
know,
or
right?
whatever. But like
That's
goddamn, the size
DDP's
discrepancy.
Stepsister or stepdaughter. I mean,
Hey now.
What?
the
DDP?
announcer is DDP's stepdaughter,
Oh.
who is married to Big Bill Morrissey.
Morrissey.
Yeah, big cast.
It's Jenny the King Lawler.
Because she identifies as
Jenny the King Lawler, dude. Imagine going to an AEW match and holding up that sign.
The Woman King.
I don't understand. You have two people dressed like goth vampires, and then you have her dressed.
They're
as
part
a
of her
king.
court. She's the queen. Plus, the chick is Asian. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, on that desirability thing, ethnically speaking, Asian women are at the top of the list.
Yep.
And,
They're at the top of my list.
Yeah,
well, that's why the whole Stop Asian Hate thing kind of fizzled out, because no white guy is gonna want to
exactly.
be violent against a hot Asian chick.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna stick. Look at these 3 smoke shows.
I
What
know.
I'm talking about. Yeah, one girl, she got some ass on her with the leather pants.
Woo!
Or
Rebel?
leather pants. They're too shiny to be
Yeah.
leather.
I don't even know the last time she fucking wrestled either.
Who, Hayter?
Right.
Rebel.
Oh,
It's been like ages.
Yeah.
But I think she'd rather. I think she's made comments that she'd rather just be like a manager, kind of like.
Gotcha.
So
Is that the tall one that's out there?
yeah,
yeah, the one with the leather pants.
Yeah.
the one with the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was taller than the rest of them.
At least they got Aubrey in the ring too. Better
Yeah.
than the Tales from the Crypt.
And this is the main event too tonight.
Nice.
Oh, this is it?
Oh, dude, did she take that sign from the crowd?
I'm not sure.
I think she grabbed that from. That's awesome. That means there's hope. If we make a good enough sign,
Right?
If we make a good enough sign, we're gonna get kicked out.
Right? Because we need to have a flip sign. So one
Yeah.
side will be good to fool them, and then the other side is gonna be, something that'll get us kicked out of there for life.
It'd be like
Jesus.
hard.
it'd be
R.
like SpongeBob. 2 seconds later,
Yeah.
we just got in and we're being escorted out.
You
The
make it where it
toxic
looks like it isn't a
masculinity
double-sided sign, and it's like taped over it, and it's just blank, and then there's your normal sign that's good, and then like
Yeah.
halfway through the show,
Peel it
you
off.
peel it off, and flip it around.
And
What
it
you're
says,
saying is we go in with a sign that says GLM on it, and then we make sure that shit comes off and it says, something
Hey.
true.
I'm looking at this Asian one. Is she a dwarf? She looks like a dwarf. Her arms are too short. Her legs are too short. And they're bow-legged.
Yep.
no, it's just she's
Smoking
overweight.
stunner growth.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
No,
just 'cause
if she was thinner, she wouldn't look as disproportionate. It's her torso width that makes her look super short.
No, she's the overweight, like smoking Asian that Stan Smith's boss wanted an American Dad.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Dude.
Just needs to dye her hair blonde.
No,
See if
she's
you can
got
find an
dwarf.
early photo of her.
Her head's
Oh,
big.
look at that ass.
Her torso is long, and her limbs are real short. Every last one of them.
Boosh.
She's got to be like 4'8" or 4'9".
Well, she definitely looks like a special needs.
Yeah, but again, see that it's not. She's not a midget. She's not a little person. She's a dwarf.
No, well, dwarfs are little people. Midget is the term that anybody that's shorter than the average by X number of inches. So you're technically a midget if you're under like 5'5" or whatever. But you're a dwarf if you have I can't remember the syndrome where you're.
Here she is younger
Dwarfism.
and thinner.
Yeah, there's like an actual like something syndrome.
Yeah.
Whoa, she looks way different there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. We had
That's
to
her
name
younger.
everything an ism instead of just
Hello.
calling it dwarfism.
Cameraman, go back to another
Yeah.
shot, you idiot.
Yeah.
Spin, bitch.
Look,
Man,
she's
I want to
huge.
see some wings.
No,
Ooh,
I'm
hello.
sorry. She's definitely a dwarf.
I wanted to see that taco. Damn it.
We all did.
Oh, there you go. There's a nice one.
Who doesn't love tacos?
How dare you do picture in picture?
Yeah, I don't think they should do this on main events.
Not
No.
at all.
It should
This
all
is
be
like
done
YouTube.
prior to the main event.
Dude, this is what
I
YouTube
mean-
looks like when you don't use the Brave browser.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a commercial every 5 minutes.
I pay for YouTube.
Yeah, they've done that intentionally. They force people to pay so that we're not inundated by these obnoxious
Well, I
ads.
use
every 5 minutes.
YouTube Music too, so
Oh yeah, you can play it while the app is closed.
yeah, that's really the only reason I got it.
Yeah, same. Because I like to listen to YouTube while I'm at work, but I need my phone for work. So it's like, I wish Rumble would work on their shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am syncing up all my videos to Rumble right now.
Nice.
I just wish they'd work on their interface, and their search is fucking horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man.
Well, that's probably, like, as a UX designer, one of the things that I would have done from the beginning of the project is not treat it like a video platform, but treat it as a data analytics platform, which is how Netflix became as awesome as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Is they don't treat it as a video platform. They have something like entities and stuff, and entities have like tags, so you can better search things and you can better organize things. So like, just show me this genre or something.
As a UX designer, do you like design websites and then hand them to the front end engineers, or what?
Yep. Yeah. That's like a lot of UX designing is actually, you know, the scientific process where you create an interface, and or the product manager gives you a problem like, hey, our customers want this feature or want this portal or whatever, and then you devise it as from the scientific process of here's what I think they would want, and then a lot of it is actually talking to the users, and getting their feedback, because you can't design in a vacuum. You have to make sure you're getting your actual customers' feedback, and you need that like a lot. And sadly, that I think that carries over to everything. You know what I mean? Like even my comic, get people reading that shit, tear it apart.
Yep.
Dude, I shop for people. I live for customer feedback, because if they're out of something and they want you to replace it, it's like, how are you supposed to shop for somebody you've never met? How would you know what they want as a replacement or this or that?
Yeah.
So even earlier, this girl, she was buying a couple sippy cups for her kid, and she gave me the name and brand, but there were like 6 different colors to choose from. So I was sending her pictures like, well, what colors would you prefer? And she was like, well, I need boy colors. And I was like, based. She believes in gender based.
Yes.
Nice.
So, but no, I know what you mean. Like, even in a job like mine, where it doesn't feel like, feedback is everything.
Yeah. And a lot of like, I think BitChute or Rumble could have benefited from that, is get a lot of that data analytics in there, because there's the saying, you can't treasure what you don't measure.
Yeah.
You need all that data.
I don't enjoy being on Rumble, to be honest. The comments, just everything about it is fucked. It's like, but I want to support it, but
yeah.
YouTube, they kind of have everything as far as that all figured out.
Yeah. Well, that's
just
again, YouTube had the benefit of, like, if you would just like use YouTube from back in 2007, 2006 or whatever, when it came out, it was awful. They clearly used Google money to get UX in there and actually, get this thing designed so that it's a pleasure to use,
But that's what I'm saying. So the road's been paved. Now that they can't exactly copy it, but they know what to do.
Yeah.
Just go about it your own way.
If you get engineers involved in UX and you don't have an actual dedicated UX department, you get a lot of engineers that are like, start asking questions like, well, why can't they just enter a command in the command prompt?
Yeah.
It's like, because they're not engineers.
One thing that them or because BitChute's more of a pleasure to use than Rumble, but one thing BitChute or Rumble could do, and I think YouTube used to let you do this, is video replies. Like fucking making little videos to put in the comments of the video,
Oh wow.
That be
You
great.
remember we used to have that? Video replies?
I think so. Even if it's limited to like, couple minutes or something, Let me see.
Well, it would be nice
Wow.
if they. Yeah, dude, she can hold her up there. Holy crap!
Well, look how thick her midsection is.
Yeah, that's true. It's all center of gravity.
Uh-huh.
But
yeah, in 2013 they dumped it.
That sucks.
Google dumped it.
Her
Wow,
chest is
her
like
chest
red
is
as fuck.
completely destroyed.
Yeah.
That's from a lot of chops.
I was like, I think they used to have video replies, but yeah, they did. Like, that's how some people, like Ian from Timcast, he talks about that's how he was able to like first build a following was video replies.
Yeah. And none of that, but it was an easy reference, because basically you would see a video. So, like, say you followed Ian, you'd see Ian's videos, and then underneath the video would say, "This is a video response to," and there would be a link to the video that he's responding to.
And it's like its own little mini web. It links everyone together,
And even Jamie's chest is like,
yeah, dude, they slap the shit out of each other.
heat up too. Shit.
I gotta say, dude, the ladies of AEW are working harder than the men.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. I think if we seen that Asian one naked, we'd all just be confused.
I'd smash. I'm sorry.
What?
I would think I was looking at a
would
special needs
smash.
person.
I'd
You would
smash, but I'd
smash?
be thinking of Jamie.
Any old port in the storm, eh?
Tony would have a photo of Jamie on her back.
He uses a staple gun as chunk right on her head.
When I was in my like younger 20s to mid 20s, dude, I used to hook up with this 40-year-old chick.
Uh-huh.
And she was cool. She was still pretty and shit. But
nice.
she had a glamour shot from like the late 80s, early 90s. The glamour shots.
When she was younger.
She had
and
like the
Damn.
80s.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice
she was
face.
like-
Eating her.
Sorry.
She was like 18 or whatever in the picture, but she had the fucking 80s hair and was looking all good and shit. And I used to look at it when we'd smash.
Nice.
I'd be like, she was the girl I'd fucking have a crush on when I was a kid. That's fucking awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, the wall defeats them all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it does. But yeah, I totally have a picture of Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
Now I could just pull it up on my phone. She's like, "Can you get off your phone while we're doing it?" No.
You're
Yeah,
like,
one
okay,
hand.
let me get my
Fucking-
tablet. It's bigger.
It's like your body's shaped like Goro, but you have 2 arms, bitch.
God damn.
Look at her showing those bitchin' arms. Oh my god, it's hilarious.
Ow! No, it just looks like somebody with an extra chromosome, if you know what I mean. Like that she's going downs. She's not really Asian, she just has Down syndrome.
Oh no, Chris, that was savage.
I'm sorry, Emmy.
Wow.
That was uncalled for. I'm an evil bastard.
Did you see that? For her to do the lariat, she had to get down low in order to reach her.
What do you mean you're from the Baltic? Like, hell
Oh.
Yeah, that was pretty
She
good.
just
Damn.
needs a better finisher or to do something with that clothesline besides.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, look at the long legs of the one in the pants that just came in.
Woo!
That's like she got like 4 times the length in the door.
Yeah. The special needs girl is like her limb is like no, she could stand up and she'd come up to the crotch of that chick in the black leather leggings.
I gotta say, the best part though was that false pin there where she just put her face into Jamie's mouth.
Mhm.
She's motorboating her roast beef.
Yeah.
That was
She
great.
needs to, like,
She did what
she
we
should
all
come up
wanted
with.
to do.
Sorry.
Oh, it's
I just-
okay.
She should come up with creative finishes. Like, have the girl come off the rope and fucking clothesline her. Or fucking.
Mhm.
Do it where you can get caught anywhere with it, basically.
Yeah, because her finisher, I really like Jamie Hayter, and I like her as champion, but her finishes kind of come out of nowhere, and you don't realize it's the finish until the 3 count.
Yeah, there needs to be a good setup, like like in Mortal Kombat when they do the fatalities, like and you're like, all right, here it comes.
Like you know what's happening when Steve Austin hits a stunner, something like it's the finish. Like
Well, even Orange Cassidy does that when he pulls off his, whatever you think of his finisher. At least he has a good setup. Yeah, like it's coming. You know something special is about to happen.
Yeah. Well, since it's the ladies, like they pull out the tampon and then it's on.
Tampon nunchucks.
The finish is coming.
Today's a Lampy Flow.
See, even that, throw your tampon in their eyes and just clothesline.
Oh my God!
What they can do is they can visit WWE and they can borrow a butt plug from Roman Reigns. He had a bunch of them around his neck.
Yeah.
They could pull that out and throw it on the floor.
What the hell was it?
I want Chris Statlander to come back because she has 2 finishers. She does a 450 splash and an inverted pile driver called Area 451, and then the Big Bang Theory is the other one.
Vinny gave me a whole visual now, like Roman Reigns is sending pictures to The Rock like I wore it when I wrestled tonight.
3D printed dongs.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Hangman versus my representation, like that start, like you could tell there was probably a good 5 minutes before like that we missed out. Like the cameraman forgot to hit record.
Right. We got 3 1/4 match.
Yeah, and Hobbs beating up his jobber. I would have, dude. They should have just had another guy that looked exactly like him with a different color trunks and just said Hobbs versus Hobbs.
That would have been great. I think Tony's would have been better if they put that guy Tony Mudd dressed as a cop.
Yeah, that would have been good.
He finished it by putting his knee on his neck.
Yeah.
Jeez. But let's go around the horn and give final thoughts and what we thought of tonight's show and what you got going on. We'll go with Mr.
Oh, damn. You got the $1 million belt?
Oh, yeah. Well, our friend's not feeling well, so his cards are there. There's a little Etep to the right, little Etep to the left, right in the center. There's a little Etep too. So, just try and cheer up our buddy. Man, I had a blast. Again, for being an hour show, it feels longer. Giggity. I know there's only the couple of matches, but it's still for that hour. There's so much that was cram-packed into it. I didn't want it to stop.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I mean that's about the only bitch about how they kind of do the shows the way they do them with the 3 hour. They split it and then do the other one as the other show. But for this being the ending, this was a good week. This is a good way to end out the month for AEW. I feel some of the stuff we've been talking about. What's going to happen with Darby and Joe. I don't want to see Samoa Slow with another title again. And the stuff with Warlow that we were talking about and whatnot. But I mean, backstage. But I mean, for the show itself, real quick to wrap it up. Yeah, man, this was great. I had a blast. It still was better than Monday Night Raw 30th anniversary, which was the biggest letdown in my life. I'm so glad that we all experienced that together so that we could go, yeah, the current product is shit. And again, to be here with this brotherhood of great people and everybody in the chat. What a blast. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for sharing this with everybody so that we've got something to do every week. And I can't wait to throw up all over the Royal Rumble tomorrow night, I'm sure. But yeah, man, I liked it. I really did. I would have liked to maybe seen, I don't know, maybe a little longer of a match with the girls. But overall, for it being an hour show, I feel, this was a good show, man. Like I said, good way to end out the beginning of the year, January. So yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
I got nothing to plug. I'll be with y'all as always. Being here, being the super fan.
Good.
Buy Chris's stuff. buy Vinny stuff. You know, buy
yeah.
AngelousDraven stuff. It doesn't matter what it is, just buy.
Before you go there, Vinny, what he was talking about as far as Wardlow, the reason they kind of buried him or whatever, he was injured and they needed to write him off TV. So that's what that whole thing with Samoa was. Gotcha. And that's why, yeah. So I have a feeling that either Samoa is going to beat Darby this coming week, and then Wardlow will come back maybe for Revolution, and then Wardlow might beat him and get the TNT title or whatnot. We'll see. That's my That's my prediction. But yeah,
that would be good.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it sucks when you got a guy like that who's on the sidelines. But tonight was good. You know, that Wii match was kind of fun with Emmy. She did her best, but she didn't have the reach. So Jamie Hayter, it's always great seeing her. Like Tony said too, we need more of her out there. I don't know why they're kind of just letting her sit behind for a while. But it was great to see. The Hangman match, I mean, for what it was okay for what it was. But we were still talking tech support at that moment. Danhausen, it was pretty much Danhausen versus the big dude there.
Satnam Singh.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, it wasn't much of a match, but I wish there was more happening in there. It's weird. It felt like they just really wanted to showcase those two.
Satnam is like super green. Like the most he usually does is like a double choke slam, and like I think he does a crossbody too.
I think once he starts getting more comfortable, he's gonna be one hell of a rising star over there.
Yeah,
they know what
hell yeah.
Because he's got presence. You can see he's comfortable, but like you said, he's just a little green. PowerHouse Hobbs. I mean, that was a complete throwaway. I mean,
yeah.
It's also good that they gave Satnam Singh to Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, because like they'll teach him.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Dude, he's gonna make an awesome heel.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. I mean, Jay Lethal and dude, him alone. I mean, I know Jeff Jarrett. He's been around longer, but him alone, he's got so much fun with all that stuff. He knows what he's doing in the ring. I mean, you're talking about two really seasoned and comfortable guys in the ring. Like they know it. So that's gonna be awesome to see where that guy ends up. But it was great, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm sure we're gonna have a bunch of laughs. I mean, the Rumbles are usually fun anyway. I mean, because you never know who's gonna pop up in there, but we know they're gonna give it to probably some lame duck to push. Because don't they get the title? They get a shot at the title or something.
AJ Knight? No.
Yeah, I believe so. Cody's probably gonna win, or Lesnar, and we'll get that all over again.
Oh God,
Lesnar, right. Of course they'll push him.
Yeah,
or Roman Reigns.
They'll be like, Cody's like, my stepmom died. I need to win. But it should be fun regardless. It always is hanging out with you guys anyway and watching this stuff. So if you want some great books. I've never been to the post office before, but I could run out there tomorrow again if anybody wants some extra books. So we got Shadow of the Kraken, we got Through the Woods, we got City of Venus. I am working on City of Venus too. And I don't know. I might lean back into more comic book related stuff soon, or try to pepper that in a little bit more. Today's stream was fun over on my channel. If you guys missed it, go check it out. And like I said, Sunday should be good as well. We might elaborate on a couple of the topics.
Be there Sunday.
Yeah, because the last two I kind of we rushed through a little bit. But it'll be good. So thank you everybody, and have a great night.
Yeah. Sweet. Chris Fisk with his like Castlevania, like Dracula. It kind of reminds me of like the Dracula fight. When he
what
turns
is
into
a man?
The demon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it reminds
Secrets
me of.
and lies.
Yeah. You're what is it? you don't belong here anymore, monster, or whatever. It's like completely, the VO is so like Dracula's all chewing the scene, and the Richter guy is just like reading a cue card.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Man. Well, yeah, dude, thanks for the invite. I gotta echo what Vinny was saying about Satnam Singh. I see a lot of potential there. The guy's got stage presence, but his other things, like you said, he's green. If he can build those up, he's got the makings to be a freaking superstar. Like, I'm a fan of the heels, and you got somebody that big. If they can start doing some scary stuff, I want to see like it was comical what they were doing tonight with you know, like he should have thrown Danhausen like an airplane out of the ring, and like that would have been
darted him like Rey Mysterio when Nash did that to him.
Yeah, exactly, because you know, Singh is big enough of a dude to do that. Like Danhausen is not a big guy, and it's funny when you see him with his shirt off and everything, because like he has like no physique. Like look at the dude in the Best Friends in the card. And the guy's got like a 6-pack and he's like freaking buff and stuff. And you see Danhausen and he has like elderly like posture. Like he looks like feels like elder abuse when you're fighting.
Yeah, Trent's pretty ripped, and then Chuck is a little doughy. But
yeah. Even Orange Cassidy's like bigger than that, you know. And it's and like there's no possible way that somebody like Danhausen would even pose a remote physical threat to Satnam Singh. Like it's like they kind of played up to that where it's playing into him. But like it should have been like a you know, like a mosquito, like a little yippy dog barking at a wolf, and the wolf just takes one bite out of him. You know, like and I think that like the whole like that what was the kind of the flow of the matches that we had described before, where it's like it's all one-sided and then they turn around at the end. No, this should have been devastation. We should have seen like, oh my God, like there's a reason to be afraid of Satnam Singh. He just destroyed, like he put Danhausen in the hospital, you know, just one hit, or like threw him over the top rope out into the, you know, onto the hard floor or something, or onto a table. But yeah, that I think they're starting to give him a push, which is awesome because he's been sitting back for a while. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with that. And then the PowerHouse Hobbs thing, man, that was such a throwaway because it was like, okay, we get it. Here he is. Like they didn't even put his opponent on the card because that's how inconsequential they thought it was. It was like, hey, here he is. He's gonna go beat some jobber. It's like, okay. Oh, okay. Like he didn't do anything special. I didn't see any flips, or he literally did the same move 10 times and destroyed the guy. Like, okay. And then as far as was it Dollar Store Page and my representation, the match, like we were doing tech support during all of it, but like I still feel like it just, I don't know, it wasn't that as exciting. Like there was something missing in there. I don't know what
Especially
it is.
for an opener.
Yeah, and I like YUTA. Like I think obviously because I feel represented, but no, I think he's got potential to do something, to be good. I mean, if I recall, he came from New Japan, didn't he?
He was in ROH, I think.
Oh yeah, ROH. Okay, so I've seen him do a lot better stuff.
Yeah, sure. Let me look.
But yeah, look up Paul Gruber. That's right. His name is Paul Gruber. No. And then I guess the final thoughts on that main event there. Jamie Hayter, she's definitely a champ, and I'm glad they're giving her some spotlight. She needs to do more. She really like it shouldn't be just like a Hobbs kind of exhibition thing. And that was what I think was great about the Imi Sakura thing, was that she actually like looked like she was doing, like she was actually fighting somebody instead of just like the same move 3 times.
Right.
Okay, so he was in CZW, which is
Czechoslovakia?
No, Combat Zone Wrestling, I believe is what it stands for.
Oh yeah, I remember Combat Zone.
Yeah.
I think if he hit the gym a little more, if YUTA hit the gym a little more, got a little buffer, and like did some more
picked
of the
up
moves
his pants.
And then he was in Ring of Honor from 2020 to 2022 to present, and then he 2021 to present for AEW.
Nice.
So
yeah, I think he's got a lot of potential, and I think they should probably, like I said, you know, get him in the gym, maybe even change his costume a little, because yeah, he does have that weird, like, it looks like at any minute now we're gonna see butt crack. But yeah, all in all, I thought it was pretty good card. Although I think out of the all of them, I think the weakest one was definitely the PowerHouse Hobbs one. Even though Dollar Store Page is not a fan favorite, or favorite of our panel. I think that just having a nobody fight is like typical WWF back in the day, where it's like, unless it's like Mad Dog Mike Bell, who like hurts Perry Saturn and we just see a bunch of receipts, it's not entertaining.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And thanks again, man, for having me. As far as shilling stuff, you can check out my books, InfiniteTaleChronicles.com. Book 1's for sale on Amazon, and book 2, you can preview on the website, and we got the first 15 pages up. So,
nice.
Woohoo!
Hell yeah, I can't wait for that. And then Mr. Monotony's Neighborhood.
Yes. Howdy, neighbors. Yeah, so Chris touched on a lot of what I wanted to touch on, which is like, they've got all the pieces, AEW, but and they need to work on ring psychology. Like, you've got what should be a back and forth match between, I don't remember his opponent's name now. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but the guy who wrestled Orange Cassidy a couple weeks back and like beat Cassidy down for 20 minutes before Orange Cassidy comes back, 5 moves of doom and wins. Like, when that should have been a back and forth match.
Was it Juice Robinson?
No. But it's one of those guys. They were in like the tournament that Ricky Starks ended up winning for the number 1 contendership a couple weeks.
Was it Guevara?
No, not Sammy Guevara. Yeah. Anyway.
We all watched it and forgot.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, he fought a bunch of people in the last like couple weeks. He's been like,
yeah. But then tonight, I mean, it should be. It's not surprising. It's not any fun when you constantly have the little guy just easily handling his own against the big guy. I mean, we had Jungle Boy defeat fucking Luchasaurus, just at the last pay-per-view, in a botched table spot.
Yeah.
And granted that was back in November now, but it's like, there should have been domination in the ring. Like, Danhausen should have been fucking dominated tonight.
Oh, Kip Sabian when he fought him. Is that what you mean?
Maybe it was Kip Sabian. Yeah. Like, Danhausen should have been fucking annihilated, and instead it was just all jokes. And I get it; they're trying to up the mood a little bit. It was a memorial show, but it goes beyond that. Like, Homeboy should be a force. And you kind of ruin him when you do stuff like that. So it's like, how do I take him serious next time when he fucking couldn't even hold his own against Danhausen? But then he's sitting there holding Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal in his arms like it's nothing after the match. Like,
yeah. He doesn't sell things very well, I guess you could say. But that's
he shouldn't be selling. He shouldn't have even broken a fucking sweat in that match.
He should have been terror.
Yeah, he should have. And he got the pinfall. He's fucking stepped on Danhausen's neck.
But they needed Jeff Jarrett to hit Danhausen with an item.
Which is weird.
They could have done that spot in the corner, and then after that, done something besides that, like.
What would have been better is if Jarrett went to go grab something and he turned around and fucking dude had fucking completely taken out the team.
Yeah.
And
you know what would have been funny?
I guess I don't need to use this.
Dude,
it would have been funny if Satnam just forcibly pinned Danhausen to the mat. And like there was nothing he could have done. Like he's all like wiggling and screaming, trying to get out, and there's literally nothing he could do. Like he couldn't kick out because Satnam had both his hand on like his lower part and his upper part, and the guy literally couldn't do anything.
And then when he's done, he picks up Danhausen, tosses him out the ring onto his teammates. Yeah,
that would have been perfect, man.
Make him a fucking monster. And it's kind of sad, like a former. Out of the few world heavyweight champions there have been in AEW, a former world heavyweight champion in his prime wrestled tonight and opened the show in a forgettable match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which just goes on to speak. They should have never handed him, he's the guy that shot Jesse James. Well, we still remember Jesse James and we still remember Kenny Omega's run, but who shot Jesse James? What was his name?
No idea.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, so.
And that's why, like, the Elite kind of, like, pushed him to the wayside because he used to be with the Elite. They basically were like, you choke every time it's time to do something big. Like, at least story-wise, but still. Yeah, like when he's sitting there having those backstage scraps with Mox, it feels like, what's up, Frankie? It feels like Mox is like, okay, now, it feels like he's pulling his punches so Adam Page gets some action and, like... Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I watched them actually fight, Mox would kick the shit out of him, no problem.
Yeah.
So
he deals with shit all the time with Renee and her diarrhea.
Yeah. For all the bitching though, like I didn't mind the PowerHouse Hobbs match as much. It's just kind of an old school go out there, showcase the dude real quick, whatever. That's fine as long as it's not the whole card, The main event was good. They shouldn't have done picture-in-picture. The main event needs to be treated like a big deal. That's something WCW did well, even though the main event itself actually, was usually wonky and would have a cheap finish. But it at least felt big when you get Michael Buffer out there and you'd have these grand entrances. They just needed to do their actual main event better, the match itself. So they should do that with the main events, if this is an hour-long show, the main event should be coming on at 35 minutes into the show and last the duration, it should be a big deal and no commercial breaks after that.
And when that watermark at the end hits, there should be like a cliffhanger, kind of lead into the next show.
Yeah.
That kind of sets things up and makes you want more.
At least sometimes, because they never do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's what on Raw, which that's probably going to be one of the biggest Raws of the year, and it was garbage. So Brock Lesnar's back. It's wasn't this exactly what you did on Raw last year at this time?
And the year before?
What the fuck? Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
This is the type of feedback that, and I mean, obviously, you have to qualify or, quantitative analysis or whatever the feedback. But, this goes to what we were talking about earlier, where it's you need customer, or in our case, audience feedback to improve these things. And they have been, to their credit, AEW has been getting better and better. I think that if they heard your commentary, Tony, and they're maybe we should do this. Let's make Satnam Singh dangerous. Let's make him kill or beat up all of the best friends.
Yeah, let's
turn on each other.
They've just got to think about the psychology going into the match a little more, because they default to a lot of stereotypes sometimes, and it's all I'm saying is it's good, but it could be great.
Yeah, there should be pyrotechnics when Hayter and Sakura got to the ring.
Look at Jeff Jarrett there. He looks like the old school heel cowboy, and then look at Adam Page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adam Page actually, or not Adam Page, Jeff Jarrett actually looks like a cowboy.
Yeah, the other guy looks like my own Private Idaho.
Okay, real quick. Who do you want to get hit in the head with by a guitar? Jarrett or the Fairy?
The Fairy.
Exactly.
Well, that's the thing is Hangman isn't exactly a little dude. He's a little doughy, but he could still do some damage. They're not using him well. He's not using his gimmick well. He looks kind of gay.
Yeah.
He's
one of the people that thinks he's better than he is.
Oh, the Dunning-Kruger effect.
He's made comments where he doesn't need to listen to the legends and shit. He thinks he knows it all, basically.
Wow.
Clearly he doesn't.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons Punk kind of got pissed off at him during that scrum too.
Yeah, he's insecure, and that's what I like. He needs confidence, but like not be cocky, like be confident enough to maybe listen to some feedback, bro.
Yeah.
and quit bedazzling everything.
Especially when you have freaking you had William Regal there. Like, he knows the ins and the outs of the business. Like, you should be like, if he's like, because he was apparently holding like training things before every show. It's like your ass should be there like every fucking show. Like, even if you just watch the other guys do it and like do what it like spar or whatever, do like little exhibitions, like just be there, absorb, be a sponge, like to all this stuff.
Right.
As an old school fan, though, I mean, think about it, right? Look at all the classic wrestlers from the 70s and 80s that aren't here, whose ways are lost because we don't have the territories anymore.
No, that's
right. All we have is this manufactured bullshit. And I mean, you get some diamonds here and there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, at first I was kind of like, the fuck is up with this skinny little, emo kid named Darby Allin wearing fucking, Hot Topic shit. I'm like, okay. To the what the fuck is up with Orange Cassidy? But I mean, like, once you explained it and then I got to see it, because remember, I was only hearing this in conversation between you and Tony and the group, so it really wasn't, I didn't fall in. But then look at all of us, me, Vinny, Chris. I mean, Etep's usually here too, but I mean, we're all just every week we're looking forward to this. I'm not looking forward to anything Raw does, except for we already know it's going to be shit almost every time. So this is good, but it could be great. Tony is right, and they really need to listen to those of us, the old school fans that love this business, that have kept this shit going for 4 decades when it wasn't cool.
You know what it is though? It's they lost us as fans, and 90% of us are not going back. What they're doing is catering to these people who they've grown up with the watered down shit. So they're not trying hard. They're not trying at all because they know they don't have to. A friend of mine, he said one of his friends was like, I don't know what you're talking about. That was amazing what happened. The blood feud thing. What was amazing about it? It was just boring.
Nothing happened.
Nothing. It was stupid. It made no sense.
Roman Reigns lost an hour, Tony. That's what happened.
Roman Reigns is about to defend his 900-day title run against a former champion at very least the 3rd biggest show of the year. And they didn't even share screen time. Why wasn't Kevin Owens out there like, oh, is mommy and daddy having prize the family getting a divorce? Like, why wasn't he out there, Britt?
Trouble in Paradise?
Nothing.
I don't know, Tony. I think it's the 2nd biggest show personally. I like the Royal Rumble. I like WrestleMania, then Royal Rumble. The Survivor Series was always fun out of the original 4, and King of the Ring. Those were the main 4.
Agreed. Well, SummerSlam, like a lot of people consider SummerSlam the 2nd biggest show, but I personally enjoy Rumble more. I hold that in higher esteem.
So this is the card for Wednesday. So we got, so far, Hangman and Page versus John Moxley.
I really want to see that, and I hope it's a long match.
Hangman looks like an insecure dick.
Yeah, he looks really worried there.
Yeah, he does. Then there's this, Bryan Danielson versus Come on, Thatcher.
My name is Timmy.
I almost want Timmy to win. Like,
apparently he is he used to be NXT. He's like former NXT kid.
Oh, right.
I still want Timmy to win because I just do not care for Daniel, Brian.
We know that's not going to happen.
Daniel.
Well, they didn't sell the injury. They didn't sell the injury enough. Nope. Like, we need Timmy to make that injury worse.
We get to see the Acclaimed in action. It's been a while since they actually had a match.
Oh, these guys look like a Project Veritas video.
Well, he looks like he's like happy to take it in the.
It looked like a Pelosi video gone wrong.
I don't know. Is that a Pelosi video done right?
I think they're fighting the Guns. I think.
Oh damn!
Or maybe no.
That's
I
what
don't
they've
know.
been building up. I thought
they'll be doing that at Revolution.
This
the Guns
is a
need
product.
new outfits.
This is a product of not listening to the fans that walked away, like Vinny was saying, and well, what'll bring you back, you know? And this is a product of listening to the shit fans that stuck around and just moved an inch and an inch towards mediocrity through the years.
Yeah.
Or again, the newer group of people that they tried to lure in from TikTok and shit like that, you know.
Those are like the worst possible. That's like the outtakes of your driver's license. Photos.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a legit thing for the thing or somebody made it, but yeah.
Just make it no DQ.
Yeah.
You could see Samoa Joe's about to go down and take a knee because he's out of breath.
Like,
And that's
when's
only
the last
after
time-
2 steps, Vinny.
When's the last time someone got disqualified for throwing a closed fist? Like, just make it no DQ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
I said,
the
Vinny,
Fed
that was only
has
2
rights
steps
to
and
no
Samoa's
DQ.
low.
Because you know how the Fed likes to get copyrights for everything. Maybe they have a copyright for no DQ, and that's why they're just calling it no holds barred. Maybe, I don't know. But doesn't the Fed use no holds barred as well?
I mean, they used to, but now it's.
Well-
I mean, back in the
I don't
day.
Didn't they have a no disqualification match with Kenny Omega that last time where he like hurt himself in his hip? Wasn't that a no
Second to
DQ?
third. Apparently, he's having visa issues, and that's why he hasn't been around.
Oh, well.
But yeah, that 7th match was a no DQ. No, that was a ladder match. Like
The ladder
4th
match,
or
the
5th match
second
was
to
no
last
DQ.
was a no DQ.
Yeah.
I never understood. It's a ladder match. We already know it's no DQ. There's a fucking ladder in the match.
Or no,
Yeah.
No,
you're
it
right.
was, it was one of the other
I don't
ones. It
fucking
was-
know. There was too
Yeah.
many. There's too many, and like half of them bled into each other. Like
Yeah.
and they were hemorrhaging viewers like at the time when that was happening.
Oh
Like,
shit!
the shows were good, minus that match, but people were like, we don't want to see this shit, so they weren't tuning in.
It's because it's 6-man tags, dude. There's no real stakes there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
but
just
there's
noise.
not.
Well, yeah, it's just noise in the ring. You don't know really who to vote. Like you said, it's the whole ring psychology. Like you got to set up the heroes and the villains.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's just a random chaotic like melee of people just in there, you don't have any. There's no stakes. You don't know who to root for. You know, other than like, okay, well, Darby Allin, he's a good guy or whatever, I guess.
Yeah,
You know,
there's
like-
no better man. It's just random at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is right. But there's no stakes because of Daniel Bryanson's because he's vegan.
He's vegan, so they took out all the steaks.
That comes Bella. Yes.
Impossible burgers.
I see Darby losing this one.
Yeah. I honestly they pushed Samoa Joe so hard, so often. He's had the belt for how long now? Of
Yeah.
course they're gonna give it back to him. Like
Well, he's
I
had,
was actually surprised.
He's had the ROH TV title since, was it the last final card of or?
Well, who's he had to defend against? Like,
Yeah,
is-
really.
is it
I
all in the
forget who he
dark?
fought to get the TV belt, but you know, they were on the pay-per-views for ROH that he's fought for it. But
What does it mean when
Final
they
Card
don't
of
have TV?
Honor is the next pay-per-view, and I think the last one is the one where he won the title. So it's been a year since he's had it.
What does it mean? There's no TV for ROH.
Not yet.
Yeah.
That they have the Honor Club. That's where the TV stuff will be.
It's just like imagine blowing Europe off the map, and then you're
And
like, I'm the European champion. Like,
The Jay Briscoe tribute that's on the ROH website or YouTube for free is basically a whole It's just an ROH show.
that's awesome.
A bunch of the titles and stuff, like Athena defends her title. Claudio fights Christopher Danielson for his title and stuff like that. So, but yeah,
Man. God, I could talk wrestling shop all day. This is awesome.
it is.
I just don't understand. I would rather they take out the 6-man tag shit and give us a TV champion again.
Mm.
Well,
I-
that's what the
basically-
TNT and the TBS are.
Yeah.
Dude, well, what about like you know, and I hate bringing them up because of the tragedy and stuff, but like when the Briscoes fought FTR,
Mhm.
like that was an event. That was a abattoir bloodbath.
Yeah,
And even without the
pay-per-view,
blood,
though.
well, even without the blood, like that, like if they did more of that, even if it like, you know what I mean? Like if you could get your feedback and be like, okay, people aren't liking the 6-man, whatever, put in more of those dog collar matches or put in more steel cages, or there's so many things we've seen over the years that worked and we know what doesn't work. So why do they keep pushing what doesn't work? And maybe I'm just not seeing the numbers. Maybe, maybe we are the minority, maybe like, but I like the 6-man chaos. Like, I don't like, I'm just confused. I don't know who to root for. I don't know what the story is.
It's okay every now and then, but it shouldn't be like a regular thing.
Right.
Well, now if they have titles for it, they're gonna make it a regular thing. Sadly,
Yeah.
But they got
It
titles
should
for
be
everything.
Your individual guy, right, who's getting jumped by, say, House of Black's 3 guys, and then your good guy is the one getting his ass kicked constantly. So we'll say Darby, for example. So of course, then his buddy Sting or a tag team in AEW would come along and help him. Therefore, you would have your 3-on-3. So that would be fine. But yeah, I'm with you, Tony. To have belts for it and all this other shit. I mean, I do enjoy some of AEW's titles, don't get me wrong, but I would rather see a damn TV title, or a YouTube title even. Since we're talking AEW only right here, right now.
That's what their TNT title is, and TBS title. It's a TV title, but still, like, it could it have a better spotlight shown on it? Yeah, if we didn't have all these other titles in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 20 belts now. It's getting confusing.
Yeah.
And like you said, Draven, Ring of Honor's its own, but it gets when you've got Ring of Honor's belts and you've got AEW belts and TBS and TNT.
Yeah,
belts.
I shouldn't see ROH belts in AEW.
We have had less ROH belts in AEW after the last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
See, that would be an awesome thing, is if they actually had a match of
they are
ROH
doing
belts.
the separation, like they are trying to make efforts to separate that pretty well, I think.
Do you guys remember that Conan O'Brien skit where they're like, budget, the budget needs to get cut because finances or whatever. We need to get rid of our mascots. So they had a Mortal Kombat fight to the death with all of Conan O'Brien's mascots. And like they should do that with the belts. It's like, we've got like 30 belts. We need to put belt champions versus belt champions. And then whoever wins, that's the official belt. And the other one just goes away. Yeah, the other one just goes away.
The only thing is they're going to have ROH and AEW as separate entities.
See, that to me, it's cannibalizing. Yeah, by making them separate like that, it's like it's brand inconsistency and it's kind of cannibalizing. Like,
well, you'll have crossovers between the two. It's sort of they're just like two promotions, but kind
of like NXT though.
Yeah.
Well, NXT is development.
That waters it down, though.
Yeah, but they can use ROH that way too, because they said about having New Japan people over there, doing stuff with them as well, and
that's why it gets so confusing though. It's like you have New Japan in there, you've got ROH, you got AEW, and then you're seeing belts from like as a layperson, somebody that's not familiar with ROH or New Japan or whatever. I'm like, what the hell belt is that? Oh, that's the ROH belt.
Yeah, like Sheeta
why am I seeing ROH?
Like Sheeta comes down with the belts that we haven't seen anything of.
Yeah, and it's like, what does that mean to me as an AEW viewer? Say I'm expressly an AEW viewer. Yeah. Why am I seeing a belt for another promotion or another thing that means nothing to me? Like, I shouldn't see that. Like, the cross thing is nice. It's like a cool crossover, but like, you need to make brand distinction. Otherwise it's like, what's the point of having ROH if you have AEW?
Omega has the IWGP US title right now, and he comes down to the ring with it.
And it's like, what is that? Like,
every now and then, for a fact, I don't mind it. Like when Kenny Omega had 4 heavyweight titles. That was like a spectacle, but you just have like some random person come out and they have a title, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
It cheapens the value.
It does.
It cheapens the value of the belts, because if everybody's got a belt, then there's no point in fighting for a belt.
Yep, we're gonna watch.
Jade's excited.
We're gonna watch party tomorrow, Jade.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll do the pre-show and we'll talk predictions and all that stuff.
My money, Batista wins.
But correct me if I'm wrong, though, going back to this up for a second. But doesn't Tony Khan own Ring of Honor and AEW?
Yes.
So there is zero reasons for why they're separating these things.
Yeah, exactly. It should just merge these two together and have that would be an event that would put butts in seats where they're like, we're consolidating these and we're going to eliminate belts. And we're putting all the champs of these two.
He doesn't want to destroy the legacy that is ROH. That's like the.
But you wouldn't be. It's still. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, maybe get rid of AEW then. Maybe it's just all Ring of Elites. Row, something to consolidate.
Well, it looks like AEW is the main brand because that's like all the merchandise and shit is that the figures, all that stuff say AEW. They don't say Ring of Honor on them. So
at all.
Right.
And Ring of Honor will be its own promotion. It'll be on its own website, all of that stuff. It'll have its own TV stuff. That's like soonish, I think.
So he's separating it further. It's
and what's the value in that?
SmackDown and Raw.
You
separated them, and then you made them as if they're their own companies.
And some wrestlers you will only see on that ROH product. Other wrestlers will go back and forth sometimes, and so they're like two. It'll be like a Forbidden Door thing, even though in the back end, Tony Khan owns both of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it would. I think if they just consolidated it, because if he does own both, then that gives him full power to. You know what I mean? It'd be like if somebody owned Pepsi and Coke. What would be the value in having Coke and Pepsi if you have two brands competing against one another?
Exactly.
True.
Unless
it's sort of like
money
Vince
laundering in one company and
well, it's like Vince when he tried to bring back ECW and they had both of those going.
Yeah, and it's like that costs the Fed money. ECW is a competing brand against WWF or WWE or whatever it is now.
Yeah,
and it just, in my opinion, if they wanted to make a big spectacle of it and get a lot of attention and get butts and seats, they're doing the consolidation and they're literally pitching people to eliminate belts. They're like, oh, hey, so-and-so, you're the Ring of Honor champion or whatever. You got that belt where you're going up against AEW champion with whatever TBS or whatever belt that is. And whoever wins gets to keep the consolidated belt. Like we're creating a new belt or whatever. And they keep it, and then the loser, that belt is gone forever. So ROH would vanish forever. And you can still maintain the ROH legacy if you literally had a Ring of Honor belt. You're a Ring of Honor champion belt, but it's now only in AEW. Like there is no Ring of Honor separate show. It's just, here's your consolidated thing. We're keeping the Ring of Honor alive by saying this is like, you're the extreme, whatever, because Ring of Honor does have a little bit of a different flavor to AEW.
It does. It's more of an indie, like, hole in the wall kind of vibe.
Yeah, and that could be a belt.
If they're going to keep them separated, and since they're having a problem with the TV deal, they should just make ROH the promotion for the internet. Really build it up on YouTube and fucking start making these motherfuckers stay in kayfabe on social media. Like, start a low profile personal one for your friends and family. But, if y'all are feuding, stop, liking each other's kitty videos on Twitter and shit. Like,
well, like that's the one thing I think that was like working with what's her face, like Rhea Ripley, because she would even yell at kids or scare people, and she's on the way out if they're booing her or something. Like
MJF.
MJF, same deal. You have people who are willing to still do that. Push that, make it more mandatory, and you could go a little bit back into old school stuff, and it'll be even more entertaining. It's not that difficult. These people are like lazy. It's like, no, I want to like my friends' videos and blah blah blah. It's like,
well, that and then they they sort of criticize like Vince for not letting them do any outside stuff, but it sort of like maintains that kayfabe by him doing that.
Look at
some
Hayter,
degree.
who's looked at more of as a legend, and who garners more respect than The Undertaker, and that's who Mark Calloway was for 30 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one reason I think he came out as the American Badass on Raw, because he's put that part of his life behind him now. You know, he was the dead man for so long. And it's kind of who Steve Austin is. And even though he softened up a bit, that's who, you know, The Rock is. Like, that's who they are in and out of the ring. And it helps the product itself, you know, compared to, you know, even Bray Wyatt. He'll be talking about the fucking demons and ghosts and shit on TV, and then he's on Twitter, like, crying over what that moment meant to him with The Undertaker. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
There'll be time for that later. Exactly. It's like, you
Yeah.
don't have to do that shit now. We get it. You're grateful and all that other stuff. But if you just, if you're doing, it's like the pussification of wrestling.
Yep.
You know? It's, I don't know, man.
Yeah. That's why you have like bright spots that like still maintain the kayfabe.
Yeah.
Like MJF is like the only one of the main notable ones I can think of off the top of my head. But
Look at what they did to keep the $1 Million Man in kayfabe, you know? Like,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That cost the WWF so much money, but it was so worth it. Ted DiBiase is a genius and a lucky bastard.
Oh, they said it, man. He was a wild man too.
Yeah, he
Shit
was.
He was doing that people didn't really know or ever hear about.
Yeah, like cheating on his wife and shit.
Oh damn!
Yeah, that's one of the like that, and like I guess he was drinking a lot too.
Yeah, he was Ric Flairing it up.
Yep.
That was
And
one of his drinking buddies.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why he found like God and stuff and kind of turned things around.
Yeah, it's like Flair was too much of a demon and too much of a bad influence on a lot of those guys.
But yeah, we'll thank everybody that was here. Godzillionaire, thank you for being here. Tina Bojan, thanks for stopping in. Frankie Knows, thank you for being here. And Jade, thank you for being here. Like I said earlier, we'll be back here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, watching the WWE's Royal Rumble pay-per-view.
The road to WrestleMania.
Or whatever they call them now. What is it? Premium live event, I guess you could say. But it should be a good show. Hopefully it's not like cancer to the brain, like the
I sold my daughter to Saudi Arabia.
But yeah, and then thank everybody here on the panel for being here as well.
Thanks for having me, man.
When's it gonna be the camel's turn?
So yeah, let's take it home.